Once again, I don't need you.
Let me try this smoothie real quick.
Yeah,
bro.
I want to try this coffee too.
Oh, it already stinks bad, bro.
Where, you got it from 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Shout out 7-Eleven.
So what if I loaded and shoot it and kill? It's nothing I feel. She suck on my dick, I'm gripping that will. Oh, 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 oh. What I say, she gon' do what I
So
say.
as I was just saying, because we started that the new lockdown's in place and it's probably going to get extended, let's face it.
Yeah, so this is recorded, what day is it today?
This is Tuesday today, bro.
Yeah, so it's the 16th of Feb. Allegedly, Victoria is in lockdown till tomorrow. But I don't believe that it's going to be just a 5-day lockdown as they say it is.
No, they're going to extend that shit for sure. You know, the thing is, bro, man, is when I was in WA over Christmas and we had to do like the whole quarantine thing there if you were traveling from Victoria and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
The WA Premier put to the cabinet, he was like, you know, I'm not sure about getting people from London or like UK and stuff like that, where they got a lot of cases, and putting them on a flight full of people and then flying them home and then quarantining people. I'm not sure if that's the smartest way to go about it. I feel that we should test the Australian people before they get on a flight with 300 plus people on an international flight, right? Apparently the word is the cabinet was against putting that to Australia. And I could see like from even a face value standpoint, the Australian public would start going, oh, you're leaving Australians behind now and this and that. And they just get slaughtered in the press. But at the end of the day, it's like, and you pose it to me as well, you're like, but it'd be expensive, wouldn't it? And it's like, yeah, but it's like now they got to shut just about an entire city down, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was all for holding people over, testing them, and then, you know, using the embassy and whatnot to get it done. But they threw him on a flight.
Wait, so is this related to the Australian Open or no? So
is this related to the Australian Open?
Okay, so let's tell the people that
it's all related, bro. It's all related.
So Victoria was just put in a 5-day lockdown last Friday.
Yeah.
This was a few days before Valentine's Day and Chinese New Year celebrations.
Yeah.
So
money has been lost, bro.
Yeah, man, especially for the restaurants. They lost, I think, hundreds of millions of dollars, they said. But
as we said, they would have stocked up for it too.
Yeah. So what happened was we're having the Australian Open now here in Melbourne, and is that where that UK strain came from? Do we know for a fact?
No,
it's not.
So it came from the Holiday Inn.
Oh.
So it came from quarantining people who had come in from the UK.
Got you, but not specifically the Australian Open. It's just some.
No, they're saying that that's going to go ahead. They're just not going to have a crowd there.
Yeah.
So that's obviously going ahead more for like, I don't know, more revenue reasons and betting and all that sort of shit.
No, but people were mad because there's still a pandemic going on and we let the Australian Open like still happen.
I think it's kind of silly. I'm on the fence, bro. I'm on the fence, bro.
Yeah,
I'm on the fence, bro. Because
here's the thing: if they said Conor McGregor was fighting in Melbourne, I wouldn't complain for 1 second that it might be COVID here. I'll be in the arena, bro.
Rubbing, getting sweaty down.
Exactly.
Up in the standing pits, bro.
Exactly.
Nosebleed sections.
Yeah. But
yeah, if they told me a jiu-jitsu comp was going and I could get in the bracket, I'm fucking
exactly
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on they actually just let that happen? Is it?
I think people far above my pay grade have made that decision based upon earnings and revenue and
100%.
There's and entertainment and there's reasons for and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think some reasons for having it on would be quite stupid and shallow, but I'm sure that they'd have more. Like, I'm not involved in tennis at all, bro, but it seems pretty fucking big. So.
It is. And I mean, I can't complain too. It's just such a hard decision to make. Because that's like millions and millions and billions of dollars on the table. TV rights, sponsors, and all that shit.
Imagine if you're the only one getting played or aired too.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
there's nothing going on.
But so it has nothing to do with the Australian Open. It's just some random dude that's caught.
Yeah, so but it's all linked because now it's come through that, you know, the UK strains like coming through Melbourne or a few people, there's been 5 positive cases or some shit from the media we were just watching. And I mean, again, that's like media. interesting, funny note is we went from left-wing media, more left-wing, to right-wing media, and it's just hilarious.
Yeah. So we were watching the news, something we don't really do, but we
switched off.
Lately, we try to see what the left-wing media was posting and saying, and what the right-wing media was posting and saying, and it's just like black and white, bro. It's crazy. And the fear-mongering in the media is insane as well. Even their edits and the sound they use.
With the virus, they had like if you look through a telescope, you know, like the virus, the virusy mutagen type
it's
thing.
Insane.
And it's like in the background faded.
The fear-mongering is insane.
Yeah, man. Well, that was half the issue in the first lockdown when people started running. Dude, I was rocking up to the shops to get a packet of some eggs and a packet of like spiral pasta. And people were going just like, it was like, I felt like I was in a movie where the parent is watching their shit ton of kids in slow motion just destroy the house.
Yeah.
That's what it was just.
They were panic buying?
Just like, oh yeah, bro.
This was...
Dude, I saw people just getting... Nah, not the reason.
Oh, okay, got you.
But what I'm saying is the media fear-mongered people into it. And what was hilarious about that is initially the media fear-mongered people into doing that and obeying the lockdown and everything. And then when people started getting over it, the media, I turned it on one day and suddenly they were saying, and they forced us into another shocking lockdown. And I'm like, oh, man, you guys are a joke, bro. You're fuck out of here, man.
So this lockdown is to stop this UK spread from
So I think, though, a lot more states seem to be taking notes out of WA's book. Because WA's just like, nah, and they shut everything down.
I mean, you can't compare Victoria to WA though.
No, but the thing is that the reason why it's happening in that sense is I think it's easy to track. It stops the spread, it can slow the spread, but I think it's easier to track because then you've got a 5-day period or how I think they're going to make. I reckon they're going to make it, dude. They could make it a 2-week long period based upon the estimated incubation time.
Yep.
That just crossed my mind because that way if you're in a concentrated spot, it's easier to pick where like. I mean, someone's come from it with this issue here. Let's just
here's the thing though, because if you don't lock it down, it's just gonna spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that locking down was the right or wrong decision. It was probably the right decision, but
you want to know what happened to get to that point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is I personally don't think they should have I think that they should have tested people before they
so the whole
made
system
that
is
mandatory.
Especially the hotel quarantine.
I don't even think they made that getting tested into. I don't even think they made it as a law or a ruling that you had to get tested before you got on that flight from London.
Yeah, okay, so think about it. Like,
I could be wrong, but I don't because people got on that flight.
So would people test? So let's say someone's in London, some Australians in London, so they'd get tested, but that test won't be ready for another 2 days, so they'll have to quarantine. So they'll have to get tested, quarantine, and then fly in.
But the smart, if you could, what you would do is, because realistically, bro, a lot of them aren't coming at this point. They're coming on short notice. They would have been, a lot of them are people who are living there and whatnot, or staying there long term.
But some people are even traveling out
from Australia. This is the thing. This is all right. So we're getting into it now because they should have tested people before they came. It's not like they were there for a random holiday and then they got suddenly caught short. I think they would have had all the things that they needed over there, right? So 2 weeks tested, come back, because it's like you got to think it's like the running of the entire country to like, you know, maybe people getting fucked around for about a month.
Yeah,
a bit. I don't know. You're gonna have to. I'm a bit more right wing and stuff like that. So people are gonna have to like make their own opinions on that.
Yeah.
But then, what was the thing you just brought up about it all?
What did I just bring up?
Oh, the flight people traveling and stuff like that. So the issue that I got right is initially I had a bit of an issue with you're in midair. It comes out over the announcement that the captain or the pilot is saying that you can no longer go to this state that you're wanting to go to. So you've either got to turn around and go back where they've bumped the ticket prices up, or you've got to pay for 2 weeks quarantine when you get there. Now, initially, I thought that was super rough, bro.
And you're talking about domestically and internationally?
And you can't quarantine just anywhere. So you got to quarantine in places that are like picked for you. So some of these places are costing people like $3,000.
100%, yeah.
Initially, I had an issue with it because I'm like, that's pretty hard. Now I'm kind of like, if you're traveling at this point, unless it's for an extremely good reason, like funeral or what have you, you're a bit of an idiot, bro.
I mean, I don't know if they're
how
an
can
idiot,
you travel now and then get caught out and go, oh no, fuck this, fuck that? It's like, bro, you know what's going on
when you're
around
planning
the world.
it. You have to it has to be in the back of your mind that shit, this might happen and I might not be able to come back, or I might not be able to like
100%.
actually spend some time there.
Yeah.
It just has to
it just has to be in your mind now. So to think or do otherwise is pretty ignorant.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether you believe in the coronavirus or not.
What do you mean?
There's heaps of people out there that don't believe in it, bro.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So whether you believe in it or not, the whole point
So do they think it's just some like government ploy to lock people down? Okay, got you.
Yeah. Which I'm not going to say that the governments and the people with power haven't used this as an excuse to start sorting and doing some shit and whatnot. You know what I mean? But whatever. That's
a talk for another day.
That's a talk for another day, bro. Yeah. But yeah, man, and yeah, so fuck it. We're in another lockdown, but we're still getting our work done. I hope people out there are getting their shit done.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we'll keep releasing and we'll keep drilling and
exactly 5-day lockdown. I mean, nothing really changes for us. It's just jiu-jitsu and the podcast.
Yeah, pretty much it, bro.
Yeah.
What else was I good?
And this is completely legal too, because you can't work from home.
Oh yeah,
you're giving care,
dude. I don't. Dude, and I exercising, bro.
Exactly.
Let's
And we're well within the 5-kilometer limit, 100%.
Easily.
Yeah, easily.
Oh man.
Speaking of COVID, the WHO just finished their investigation on how it started. Did you see that?
Oh, completely. Yeah. Okay. So what's your take on
it? So what? It was a joint investigation between WHO and China. Is that what it was? I think it was
something
right?
like that.
And they said it's extremely unlikely that it came from a lab, and they say the most possible scenario is it jumped from bats to humans via an intermediary animal.
Bullshit.
What do you?
They made that shit, bro. They made that
in
shit.
the lab.
That's my opinion.
That's your opinion.
Yeah. I think it got away from them a little bit, my G, because I think it was I see it in your eyes already, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna think you're one of those people. You're gonna think I'm nuts.
No. This is what I think.
Hold up. I think they did it potentially to maybe fuck with the commerce and trade around the world, or something.
I mean, yeah,
like that.
okay. That's another rabbit hole, but
yeah.
But
it's like we're seeing them, and we're just like.
First of all, it's a year after the fucking thing happened. What the fuck are you gonna find?
Every
a year
country
after?
that wanted China to investigate it, trying to put trade sanctions on them, bro.
Second of all, anything that the WHO does jointly with China, you've got to take it with a grain of salt. No matter how your political lean is, because since the beginning, how the WHO
and China, I don't want you to know, bro.
The WHO is in China's pocket 100%. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Maybe I am, but
I think we all kind of are these days, bro. I think we know that we've been lied to and bullshit.
That's
that
the thing.
For whatever reason. I don't think that we need to know everything out there. To be completely honest with you, bro. Like, there's some things that we just don't need to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's things that happen that keep these lights working and whatnot, and keep these views going that we don't need to know about, bro. You know, so
let the people do what the people do.
Let the people in some regards, let the people do what the people do. But I think there is definitely. I mean, this is a rabbit hole in itself, but there's definitely a swing coming, man. For the bit more for the people.
Got you.
Definitely a bit of a swing coming.
I mean, fuck. It is a rabbit hole, but you can't really just believe everything the government or the media says.
No.
And let's leave it at that.
But China, bro, they started throwing sanctions on anyone. And then eventually, I feel like Russia or America asked Australia. I feel like in my mind, in a comedic way, Australia, people were like, "Hey, it's Oz." Australia was like, "Yeah, what's up?" They're like, "You ask now. You ask them now." They're like, "We've tried. They've fucked with us."
Yeah.
Australia's standing there like, oh man, things aren't looking too good for our trade at the moment, but all right. And then boom,
that's the problem though. China has too much buying power. They have too much play in everyone's economy.
No, but the issue is, I think they got a little worried because they can't choke everyone. Okay?
Yeah,
and that's what they started sort of doing. They started
still
playing
choking
kind
everyone?
of like a spoilt child. I'm not too sure, bro.
They still are.
They still would have to be.
Even dude,
maybe this is their way of trying to release some of this information they've cooked up with to kind of ease some of the shit that's going on. But I love how Japan essentially came into Australia and was like, "We told you, we told you ages ago, bro."
The conspiracy theory that I believe the most about COVID is, I'm not saying it's true or not, it's just the most believable one to me. Is that either it came from animals and they didn't want to tell the world because they knew it'll fuck up the whole world and they can bounce back from it first, or it did come out from the lab intentionally knowing that they could come out of this on top.
Right.
So that's the one I believe the most.
And obviously, I like that. And obviously, come out on top like economically, not come out on top face wise value, bro.
I mean everything though.
You know what though, man? If it's like I believe
it's like
a lot of people do, but also the government bodies and media the going trend seems to be that they made it. That it's man-made, like government-wise as well, like their opinions.
Yeah.
But I just kind of like, if it's proven even more beyond a shadow of a doubt to people who are like the most kind of like disagreeing and just like, you know what I mean? Like not wanting to see it. It's pretty frustrating, man.
And the thing is, we'll never really know how it came about. We'll never know. We'll never know how it came out.
Maybe not. Potentially, I think it depends how the final act goes down, bro. And I don't know when the final act's going to be for it, but the final act's going to go down, and we just got to see what happens. I think.
Yeah, that is true.
You know,
real life Game of Thrones, bro.
Yeah, I think we're
it's straight up real life Game of Thrones.
We're just in the middle of the game right now, bro.
Yeah. Because how are things in China? Are they locked down? Do they have vaccines or
bro?
What's happening?
This is the thing. No one knows.
I love how your head snapped there,
bro. No, so China stopped everyone. There was no media. There was nothing coming out of China.
You're talking about when it first came out or what?
For a good while. Like when we were going through all those lockdowns, you couldn't get anything out of China. Because what I thought was funny, bro, was the rest of the world was getting these crazy numbers, right? Take that with a pinch of salt. But anyway, everyone was reporting crazy numbers, okay?
Yeah.
China was saying, nah, man, we're not getting...
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of a... Right? And then I think when people started going, that's nuts. It started there. It's fucking China.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
To play devil's advocate here, maybe they just locked everyone down. Because in China,
well, they
you
said
can't
they
complain
did that.
about lockdowns
Yeah,
in
they
China.
said they did that.
They shoot your ass, bro.
Yeah, but there's so many people, bro, and they didn't put them in. So the question is, right, did they put them in lockdown well before any form of an outbreak? Because they waited a while before they told the world, right? So did they put, because you wouldn't have known, okay? Or did they put them in lockdown when they started scrambling? By that point, because it's China, bro, it'd be almost too late. There'd be so many people with it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I feel like when the world started looking at them going, you're not getting any cases? Really? I think that's when they go, we're getting a second wave now. And then that's when they started releasing things of people with face masks and stuff like that again. I think maybe that was a bit of what happened. But that part to me is hilarious, bro.
Lockdown.
Well, it kind of feeds into the fact that the UFC is still able to fucking run, man. I mean, that's amazing. And then that also feeds into our next thing being...
But hold on. The UFC is a different thing, though. Because in America, they don't even give a fuck about COVID. I mean, not to say that they don't give a fuck, but it's not half as harsh as this.
I'm trying to talk to a good friend of mine that I serve with who's in America right now with his new wife. And he's busy. He's in Texas.
Congratulations.
I can't really get hold of him at the moment.
Yeah.
But I want to know, from his opinion, what's going on over there. Because you hear, it's like they're saying they're getting like thousands and thousands of deaths a day and stuff like that. And like, I mean, America, it's almost like all their issues that they had there, just the COVID was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
You know
100%.
what I mean? So that's like a melting pot, bro.
Dude, America... Dude.
Like the way the media and everyone's portraying it, it's like they're like one step away from a third world
100%
third world issues, bro.
So there was a COVID, which was fucked, and there was BLM, which was fucked. I mean, it's the American election year, bro. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Shit hits the fan when it's election year.
But it's just like extra crazy. I feel like kind of now, because it was the thing where like America would sneeze and the rest of the world would catch a cold type thing. And that just would frustrate me to no end, bro.
Yeah. Even when Trump got his supporters to storm the Capitol, I'm like, bro, is this 2020 right now? Is it 2021 right now? I'm like, what? That's fucking insane.
I know. But I kind of called something like that in 2020, but I didn't think it was gonna come around like that. I thought it was gonna be a bit more of a fuck the power.
Yeah.
But I think now though people are kind of like, America's just kind of like a bit batshit right now, so we're all just gonna pull back a little bit.
Nah, but I think even the American media was trashing America itself because of the election year. They're just, I don't know, man. Fuck.
The only media I'd be watching in America would be sports.
Yeah, exactly. I won't even fucking be looking at the media, bro.
Some people have that on like loop, bro.
That's a big problem, though. Dude, the media is so powerful. I remember the
But
first time.
it's just like eventually starting to send a message into your head, bro. You know what I mean? It has to. It's like how music can impact on your day, right?
Yeah.
So listening to media and whatnot, do you think that maybe sometimes you go and strike an argument with someone or a conversation that you might not have had without the media, and even though it's something you wouldn't have even given
that's
2
all you're
seconds
thinking,
of thought beforehand?
That's all you're thinking in your head.
You know?
Imagine watching that fear-mongering shit all day. You'll be scared, bro.
It was on at home quite a bit, bro. The radio and the TV and all that sort of stuff. And I found it just, I started talking about it with friends and started having more debates over COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like intense debates or just like...
Nah, just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And which was frustrating because I was just like done with it. And I was bringing up the things that the media was saying, bro. And then I'd read my message again, and then I just feel like I was just starting to feel negative because all day, every day, it was just like the world's going to shit.
Yeah.
And it's like there's not gonna be international travel. You're not gonna be able to train. You're not gonna be able to open up your gym. Like, that's just what I was constantly hearing, bro. And I was like I was saying before, though, through all that,
Yeah.
we got the UFC that's still rocking, and we still got Jiu Jitsu going.
Yeah.
You know, Bellator, 1FC, and UFC are all fighting and putting on shows. So, you know,
You want to talk about last weekend's UFC? Another depressing fight card.
you know what, bro? You know what? I was
What?
giving you shit for the Connor thing.
Mm-hmm.
I am deeply hurt over Burns.
Nah, you're not as
losing.
deeply hurt as I was.
Bro, I'm pretty frustrated, pretty upset about it, bro. Yeah.
You're pretty upset about Burns, or you're pretty upset about your money?
Both.
Both.
Well, because
100%,
I went
it's double.
because I was saying Burns was going to get that strap for months.
Right.
Like last year, shit.
Yeah.
And he comes up there and he has his moment, and then he rushed it.
It was a great fight card from top to bottom, though.
Oi, I said off the bat, at the end of the fight, after the last fight, that I doubt it would have gotten the views that it deserved.
Yeah, me too.
That was like I got here a little late, but I mean, you had told me, and then from the fights that I was watching, that was a sick card.
Yeah, even the prelims.
Real mixed too, man. Yeah. Really mixed.
Exactly, really mixed.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you never know, even with the smaller names, these prelim fighters, sometimes they come to fight, bro.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, the boys on the undercards and the prelims and the girls, they have to bring it. Like, they're there to scrap, because it's like if they put on a no show or like a crap performance, or they lose terribly or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or they even win, but they win poorly. You know what I mean? And they handle themselves terribly. That's it.
Yeah.
That's still one. That's what you've been bleeding and getting yourself hurt for and sacrificing all these years for. So you're gonna come to throw some leather, bro.
Yeah.
And the ones that don't, they don't win that fight.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's where stars are born.
I had more
sometimes.
fun watching the prelims when I watched it when I went to the event in Perth than I did with most of the main card there.
Oh, really?
And it was a stacked.
Why, it was just better fights?
They were just hungry, bro. There wasn't. I mean, the thing is, there was less on the line for them too. Okay, so, and there wasn't as much of a crowd there, and there's a lot of factors at play. Like, the thing is, especially when you're on the road for the strap, it's like the belt gives you more money.
Yeah.
So when you've got the belt,
you're playing a bit safer.
you know, I can totally get that.
Yeah.
And that's why the old rule has to stand, I believe. The challenger's got to take it to the champion.
Oh, really? I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
I don't agree with that.
Why don't you? That's interesting, bro. Why don't you agree with that?
I mean, you just have to fight, and that's it. You don't have to take it to the champion. It just, the fight goes how the fight goes.
Nah, but based upon that, right? If it's a super duper close fight, this is what I think happened. Take the Whittaker and Yoel fight, number 2, I reckon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yoel, towards the end, last 3 rounds, I feel, he hurt Whittaker a couple of times, but he backed off the gas. Whittaker outpointed. Whittaker kept putting the pressure on, right? And Whittaker was the champ. Yeah. When it was that close and people were saying Yoel won, I reckon when it was that close, they're like, the champ's got it, because Yoel needed to take it to him.
Yeah, I don't know, though. So you're saying, let's say it's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
So if it's a 50-50 fight, the champ should always retain the belt?
Yep.
Nah, that can't be the case.
Yeah.
Because the way you judge fights should be the same from the
No, I agree, but it's, you have to, that it's just an age-old fighting thing. You got to take it to the champ. He's the fucking champ. If you're the champ, I'm chasing you.
Yeah.
So when I get in that cage, I'm not going to sit there and go, he's going to come to me. You're the one with the money, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're the one that's got everything. I got to get it from you. And then from there, the fight will evolve and
Got
go
you.
from there.
I mean, yeah, Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, so Burns,
I do get what you're saying.
So say Burns off the bat there and whatnot, right? Like he just started taking it to him, and it's just like.
I'm trying to think of a champ that takes the fight to the other guy. Whitaker kind of did that. Whitaker never really played.
He forces him into his pockets though. But he's also like an explosive striker. So you know what I mean? Someone who kind of does it is you know what? I feel Demetrius Johnson walks a lot of people down in his championship in his championship fights. I felt Aldo walked a lot of people down.
Yeah.
There's not too many, bro.
Yeah,
there's really not too many who when they get in there, they're in the challenger's face. And
Khabib is definitely one of them.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to take that away from but that's all part of his. He's got to get you to. He's got to like smash you to the ground. You know what I mean? So that's like. I feel like when he didn't go in, when he went in with a different mentality, is when Raging Al Aquinta managed to take it to him.
That was such a crazy fight week for him though.
Yeah,
like 3 opponent changes or some shit.
Yeah.
Before we get too deep into this UFC rabbit hole,
which we'll try not to.
Yeah. We finally released our first episode 2 weeks ago. What are your thoughts on
Bro,
that?
I was totally doing that in the shower the other night.
That's such a 2018 thing. It's not a thing anymore.
Bro, I thought it was
Hit
a 2020 thing. Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't hear about all that or see that until Christmas 2020. So it's 2021 as far as I'm concerned.
You're losing touch, Kev.
Oh, bro. Slowly
but surely.
Slowly but surely, man. Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
But as I'm losing touch, I'm getting better and more in touch with other things, and that being this fucking project, bro.
Yes.
So we spent the better part probably of like 3 months on it.
Yeah.
On and off. We had things come in and things get in the way and life and whatnot, but the overall goal was never changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny though, because when I first came to you and kind of pitched the idea for the show, I wasn't thinking visual and stuff like that. Like it was in my mind when I gave you the pitch and we talked about it and stuff like that, but it wasn't like off the bat.
Yeah.
And you sort of wanted that off the bat. You're like, if I'm going to do this, we're going to do it like clean and like proper. And blah, blah. I thought things were going to be gradual. Yeah. And I felt like I was just thrown in the deep end a couple of times.
Yeah.
But it's been sick, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think visuals is such an important part of it, especially like consuming wise. Yeah. And it's part of your brand. And like Joe said, a lot of viral moments are only there because of video.
This is true. Yeah.
There's not a lot of audio only. I don't think there are any audio only viral moments. You know what I mean?
No, unless they're like some like speech.
Something crazy. Yeah.
Something like
it's
that.
got to be super crazy. But because personally, when I enjoy a podcast, I enjoy it more when I'm seeing the people who are talking about it. Because sometimes things get lost in audio too. You don't see the expression on the guy's face on how he says it. Things you say might be taken the wrong way as well. So I don't know, I've always wanted to be like.
I have thought that listening to something compared to listening to it, because you see a bit more of the physical, like the emotion and stuff on them. You definitely take things in a different way. Yeah, like you can see when someone's being a bit more quizzical over the opinion they're putting out there, as opposed to like being very affirmative in what they're saying, and you're like, I completely disagree with that person. They're so aggressive in what they're saying, but then you watch the video and you're like, oh no, they're like.
And that's what I mean. You can tell their intentions more a little bit.
100%. Yeah. You can pick up on their energy and their vibe. And another interesting thing I found, bro, which people who might want to come on and hate won't necessarily understand. Is that so say we're doing the chat and then you say something and I disagree with it in the chat. But then when we're editing and I listen back to it over, I find myself at times changing my mind. Oh yeah, a little bit, or like changing my opinion up a little bit on what I said. Yeah.
That's a sick thing. That's a sick thing about this platform as well. Because that's the thing too. People argue on social media all the time, and they voice their opinions on social media, and it can be taken the wrong way a lot of the time. That's why I don't really share my shit on social media either. And that's why I thought this podcast was like a better way to like express my opinion and tell people what I actually think. You know what I mean?
Oh, not like that, man.
And so you came up to me with this idea. I think it was lockdown 1, right? Yeah. First lockdown. So
second, bro.
Second lockdown? Yeah. So later part of last year.
Yeah, I had a bit of a fire under my ass at that point, bro.
Right. Yeah, so you came up to me, shot me a message on Messenger. and I've always wanted to start a podcast, and I didn't really know with who. Because one of my friends started a podcast back in Malaysia too.
Yeah.
And he was my best friend, and he had to leave for personal reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, shit, I want to do something too.
Yeah.
But people want to start shit all the time.
Yeah.
But people don't like execute it. People just don't do it.
I'm 100% one of them.
Yeah, me too. I'm one of them as well. But
bro, do you think that's a generational thing based upon society right now? Because everything's so immediate and instantaneous for the most part.
No, I don't think so.
Because it's more of a personal trait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people just got to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And people don't pull the trigger because of one reason or another.
I think the older you get, the easier it is to fear things too. Does that make sense?
Maybe.
The easier it is for more fear to grow.
Yeah. But what was I saying before this?
Sorry, bro. You were talking about when I came to you, when I messaged you.
Oh, right. People want to start shit all the time, but it can be like you're scared of failure, you're scared of people judging you. But like when you came to me and asked me to start it, I was like, fuck it, we might as well like just pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And then we finally released our first episode like last month. No, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. That's hilarious because maybe even less than 2 weeks ago, bro. Because I felt like I was the more nervous one of the two of us just as we hit that big red button and sent it all out there, bro.
Yeah.
Because I had a couple of nights where I was like pretty blazed
in
the evenings, still working on things at home, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, I started hitting up some of my friends, man. I was like, yo, I'm a little, because once you get me talking and I'm invested in the conversation, I like the person I'm talking with, it's like a few people hit me up and said that when they watched it, they hadn't seen that side to me.
Yeah.
Because they just see me when I'm getting ready for training or when I'm leaving training.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not always the most at training. I'm not always the most like, oh hey, let's go talk to Cav. He looks super stoked over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking stone half the time.
Yeah, stone and strapping my fingers up and just sitting in the corner waiting for like to kill myself, especially on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But
on a side note, that's like one of the beautiful things about this long form conversation too. I think, because like people don't really have a conversation one-on-one. I'm just focused on you for like hours, like not on my phone, like no distractions,
not even thinking about anything else.
Exactly. And it's pretty rare nowadays.
It's really, there's something kind of pure about it, which is kind of funny at the same time. That's like that in our society, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyways, you were saying,
but
sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're good, man. I was nervous about putting my opinions and the content out there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Still am a little bit. But one thing that I find really freeing and liberating is because I want to eventually open up my own school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't hide anymore, bro.
What do you mean?
Not that I'm a person to hide, but it's like me and aspects of myself are out there for the world to see right now.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Me too.
So, it's like, if you don't know who I am, say I've got a gym, right? And I'm meeting you, you're the parent of your child that's coming through. And if you don't know about me, you just got to go on the internet, type in my name. Probably by that point, if I've been doing enough content and whatnot, and look and go, I don't know if I want my kid learning from that guy, or he seems pretty chill.
But this is you as a 25-year-old.
Yeah,
because down the line,
totally. So I'm gonna look back on some of these episodes at 30 and be like, bro, I had no idea what I was doing.
Exactly. It's not even 30. Like, probably next year or in a few months, when we watch the first episode, we'll be like, this guy's an idiot. What the fuck is he saying?
Already changed. I find my opinions on some things or my ideas already changing based upon just editing the episode.
That is true too. Because sometimes you hear the shit you're saying, you're like, what the fuck are you saying, bro? Well, and sometimes there are things that you're thinking in your mind, but you don't have the chance to say it as well. So then you realize, like, oh shit, some people might think this, but this is what I actually mean.
I totally agree with you, bro. I've had a few moments like that, man.
Yeah.
Wait, on a real quick note, I watched the first episode when I was on a bit of acid.
Oh shit!
Just to be super critical on myself.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that bad, man.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
I was like really looking at it like, all right, man. Like there was a few things, that I hated about it. When I was like that. But and I was like, oh. Like, okay, because I started hearing from people close to me, and some of them would definitely would 100% give me their honest opinions. Yeah, and we were getting some pretty good thoughts and reviews and stuff like that on it. But I was like, you know what, I want to sort of strip my ego and hear. Yeah, what I got to sort of think
that's
about
huge
myself
though.
Right now.
So, what do you think? What are the main takeaways from listening to yourself? In that,
I've got to work on my I feel like my One, I don't want to swear so much.
Okay. Yeah. Which is
Two.
fair, 100%.
Yeah,
Because you don't want to be swearing like a sailor the whole time.
And I mean, I can in some environments, I can easily go into and not swear if I can't
100%.
swear.
Yeah.
But this is just so people got to understand like how relaxed and chilled out we are in this conversation format. And you know what I took away from it actually, bro, is not to. It was kind of laughing at me for even doing that, because it was like you're going to be learning and growing heaps with it. So it's like you're going to be looking at a completely different version of yourself as far as like podcasting or interviewing or whatever in like a year's time.
Yeah.
So whatever judgment you cast on yourself right now, it's not going to mean shit.
That is true.
So I feel I was mainly looking for like real flaws in my character. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I couldn't find any. I definitely found some. I'm just more so for the show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel so much happier since doing that and confident about putting whatever reel or content that we might think about putting out, you know.
My honest opinions on the first episode was...
Oh, sorry, one side note, I found it a lot easier to edit today because of it too.
Oh, yeah, me too. I mean, we're only going to get better. It's like reps, bro. It's like going into the dojo and just drilling an armbar for like 10 times.
Yeah.
But honest opinions on the first episode, I think it went well. I think it was a good little baseline that we had like as a first episode.
Came out hard, man.
Yeah, because that was the first time pretty much we dove in head first, feet first.
Yeah.
Who knows? To editing and like posting on different
dude, you're
platforms.
Slowly becoming a wizard on that video
young Jamie.
Editing.
Exactly.
Yeah, on that video editing platform, bro.
Yeah, my only critique was obviously we're gonna just get better in like recording and just talking with each other and all that stuff. I just thought the first episode is a bit UFC heavy, so people that doesn't really follow the UFC will be like, what the fuck are these cunts talking about?
But I mean, the advantage with that is at some point we're going to have like 30 episodes out.
Yeah, 100%. Which is fine.
Yeah, like, they can have their pick. But I understand what you're saying. But it's also like, at times if we don't go into something, and we don't go down the rabbit hole, we're just going to be covering a bunch of things that we want to talk about, but just skimming over the surface of them.
That is
true.
You know
what I mean? So I also like a body to things, but
yeah,
for sure, man.
But the whole experience was good, man. The whole experience was good. Social media is a different beast than I thought it'd be.
Yeah,
because
I'm agreeing with you on
the
that.
amount of content that you have to put out is insane.
And it's like every day. And imagine when we're running on like, say you got 4 or 5 platforms easy and you got to post on each single one of them.
Yeah.
And I can totally get why people get to the point. I'm not seeing us as like as a production
yeah.
But I'm saying I totally get why people get to the point where they hire people quickly to do that shit.
100%. Because even just editing one piece of content on social media, that can take up like an hour or two.
And you might find the thing is, what I'm noticing about it is as you're doing it, you start going down rabbit holes of other potential content in there.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And editing that a little more and changing that up more and finding this piece. And it's like a 20-minute session on trying to find something can easily turn into an hour. And you've got nothing by the end of that hour. Because you're like, you know what I mean?
But the thing is too, just after that first episode, we learned so many things to make the future process even easier.
I've literally got it written down here.
Yeah. So what do you have written down there, Cav?
I've got it written down just how surprising, I mean, I guess it's silly to say because I've done a few things now, but how surprisingly quickly it's already evolving and the process of us getting things together and releasing it is already evolving.
Yeah.
So it's super exciting to see where it's going to be in 6 months to 12 months time in that sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Even the editing process.
Every day things are getting a little smoother and a little better. Like we're obviously because it's the launching of something, so we're in a massive growth phase right now, you know? So.
Yeah. It was a good like few months of work. We had like
it was
10
do you know what's surprising is heaps of people think that it costs heaps of money.
To do what?
Everything that we set up. From the logo to the equipment to the thing that people aren't sort of seeing is we just put a shit ton of time into like looking up everything and figuring it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like not doing stuff on a whim. Like we really think about what we need and all that shit.
Yeah, we really almost a painful amount of time. Figuring it all out.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, but it's normal though. If you're just learning something new, you gotta put that time in research.
Yeah, I agree. Like I just wanted to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool because I was coming in with like throwing ideas down and this and that and doing this and the other thing and stuff like that, and you were helping provide like a process to like achieve all that.
I mean, I don't know why. I just want especially like that first episode, to have a certain level of quality.
You've got no arguments from me.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah. No, I'm just saying like my thought process behind the whole thing. But honestly, if you want to like starting a podcast, you don't need much.
No, you really don't. You don't even need to go to the length that we went to. If you wanted to do that.
Exactly. Like, some people fucking use.
Some people just recording it on their phone, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then putting
you
it
probably
out
can do that too.
You know.
But it's just pulling the trigger, man. Especially like starting a, because I know heaps of people that have been thinking about starting projects like this, or like just a side hustle, or like whatever personal project you have.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking of, but people don't really like pull the trigger. Just fucking pull the trigger. It's like getting a tattoo, bro. It's not that big a deal. Just fucking do it.
But it was a big deal to you before you did that one.
Yeah, that is true.
See what I mean?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
But I agree with you. I think just in your own way and own time, pull the trigger. But I think the other issue with it is, bro, is people want the final result.
Yeah.
They don't want like the 2 a.m.s and the 3 a.m.s trying to figure shit out. And like, especially for myself, like it takes me a little longer to learn some things, bro. And so like I've got to go through like this phase of like my ego telling me I ain't shit, where I'm trying to like figure out like the editing process and how to do the separate bars. And some people can come in and go, oh, bro, I just learned that in like half an hour.
Yeah.
But it's taken me like a day.
I don't even know anything about audio editing now, so I just leave it to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you put me in front of the video editing, bro, and I'm like, no, no,
too many bars and shit to move around.
yeah. When I was looking at the other day, I'm like, what's this bar? And what's this bar?
Yeah.
What's this? But because of the lingo from the audio, I understand.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. But
that's the other thing as well, bro. Is I'm loving. I said to someone the other day, it's funny how my life really only started getting a lot more busy when COVID came in. And it's just like, it's good being, I've got things running through my head, even like more positive / productive things running through my head at 1,000,000 miles an hour throughout the day and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, for me, COVID just let me recalibrate everything. Like what I want to do with my life, like jobs and all that shit. It just helped me recalibrate everything. And like I didn't have like a business to run, and I didn't lose all that money, so I'm like just super lucky. But I wouldn't fucking be here without COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, doing this and setting it up and getting it running. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like I thought about it years ago doing the podcast, and I tried with a friend in Perth.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out. And then I've been thinking about it for ages and ages and ages, and then I got here and I was kind of like holes in like the Melbourne kind of like, I don't know, like BJJ podcast market
see holes
scene.
in your game.
Yeah, bro. I see holes in your game,
Yeah.
Melbourne. And I was like, hey, I want to try to do something. And there's some people around us who saw similar things and are doing some cool things as well through this process. So it's really, it's exciting for me, man. And I was talking to my family yesterday, and they're just like, they're super chuffed that I'm like trying to like get something going and putting hours into it, you know, outside the mat.
Outside the mat. Yeah.
And naturally, bro, when I first pitched you the idea, when we were thinking about the name, that took us ages, bro. I wanted the A side first, bro. I wanted it to be the Cav show, man.
Didn't work out.
Nah, I couldn't hold it because I was at home, man, and I was thinking, and I was like, Cav and Rav and Cav. And then I called a bunch of people, and I'm like, Rav and Cav just comes out so much easier. He's got to have it.
And you got the RNC as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
the abbreviation for the what's CNR? It sounds like a left wing news company from America, bro. I think it is. Holy shit! I think CNR should probably take. Is it?
I think so. I don't know if it's American or not. Yeah, who knows? Who the fuck knows? But obviously there's some anxiousness in especially something like a podcast where you're just bearing your own fucking thoughts out there and like yourself out there. And especially the stories we get into.
It's kind of like you're either gonna like it or you just really not, right?
Yeah, but like fuck it, you know what I mean? Like fuck it.
The same people who aren't listening to you now as the podcast evolves and grows could be the same people listening to you in a year's time. Like you just got to keep doing this.
Yeah, at this point it's just about like execution. We just got to keep fucking posting shit.
Exactly.
And we're not even expecting to hit like a fucking X number of views in an X number of time.
I'm not expecting to see anything for a while, man.
Like we're just focused on just fucking getting in here, having a chat, editing that shit and putting it out, and like we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're already getting a little better at just putting the research into the episode and stuff like that, you know.
And I think there are some like gold moments here and there, and we're just gonna keep
Hopefully
going.
you guys like him too, because we definitely have moments where we listen back and I kind of cringe at myself, and then there's moments where we're just laughing, man.
Yeah.
Because it's just like,
Yeah.
you know, the people who know us definitely have a bit of a giggle, so that was nice.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. Yeah, I mean, man, people were pretty fucking supportive too, man. You know what I mean? People were sharing shit. I didn't even have to ask them to share anything.
I super appreciated that too, man. I think I felt like it was important for me. Like, I didn't need to hear people commend me for it, but I didn't want to hear too much trash at the moment.
Yeah.
Or shit.
Yeah.
After the year we had and trying to set things up through COVID and stuff like that. It was really nice.
I think there are literally no assholes about it. I think people are pretty surprised that we actually decided to do something. We pulled the trigger and we released it in the way we released it.
Yeah, I think they thought that I was talking a bit of shit.
They probably thought it just some cheap ass recording with no thought put in it, and we're just gonna talk mad shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could to some people. We probably are talking mad shit, but yeah, I think I'm not sure. I think people might have expected something a little different. I don't know, or they probably could have expected something even better. Who knows, bro? Who knows? You don't know what people are thinking out there.
Yeah, that is true. But and then thanks everybody for the support.
Yeah, 100% agree with that.
It means the fucking world to us.
That. Yeah, we're gonna grow and keep expanding, and yeah, man. Hopefully, people will start in time interacting with us as well. You know.
Yeah. And if fuck, bro, if you're thinking about doing something, just fucking do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Just fucking do it. Who gives a fuck about what people think, and who gives a fuck about anything? And this is coming from someone who's released one episode. And I'm giving you the keys to life right here. But yeah, legit though.
Hit that highway and drive, baby.
Yeah. All this hard work, bro.
Yeah, man. 100%.
No, but for real, just fucking do it. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, just do it, man. Because the thing is, I think that the amazing kind of beautiful thing about projects and things that you build is you don't know. You realistically, you got an idea about the road that you're building for it, but you don't know where it's going to end up.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's you that time, bro. Keep it professional, my man. You don't know where it's going to end up, or what twists and turns it's going to take for better and for worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you're just going to be, if you're passionate enough about it and you like it enough as well, you're going to be learning every day.
Yeah.
And that is going to translate elsewhere, I believe.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. Fuck, it's a lot of parallels to jiu-jitsu, man. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
And I always bring it back to jiu-jitsu, but I really feel like there's...
Dude, splitting my time up between the mat and podcasting.
Yeah. But it's essentially the same thing. It's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
You just go up and show up and fucking do your shit.
Yeah.
And you'll get better at it.
Yeah.
By default.
That's it, you know. And but yeah, and like I said, it's like the people on the way in jiu-jitsu are like, oh no, you ain't gonna hit that or whatever. And then they turn around and go, hey man, can you show me that? You ain't doing that on a bit, bro.
Yeah.
You know. Speaking of jiu-jitsu, G.
Yep. Tell me, what's up with the jiu-jitsu world? Because I don't really keep in touch with what's happening.
I only just started recently trying to get in touch again because I fell out of touch for a minute there, bro. Yo, what's your take on the whole Andre and Gordon thing from what you know?
All I know is, you mean this recent one, right?
No, not even just
anything
overall. Because
all I know is
the match and
they just need a fucking fight, right? But all I know about this recent one is that Galvao asked for $1 million. I don't even know if he asked for $1 million, but he just put up an Instagram post, right, with the caption $1 million. He didn't even say shit about it.
He had an interview in Brazil.
Oh, he did.
That he said that if ADCC pays him what he wants, then he'll do it.
Okay, got you. But that whole $1 million thing is that he's just pricing himself out.
That's exactly what I've got to read. Do you think he's pricing himself away out of Gordon's reach?
No one not no one, but this jiu-jitsu community right now can't afford to pay someone $1 million.
Maybe if they were both like Gordon Ryan's, potentially.
Maybe, but not even. I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think there's enough money in this sport right now.
I think Gordon knows that too because a lot of his posts on he's clowning on the Atos guys hard, but he's not fighting for that $1 million because he just doesn't. He's literally sort of saying, and I'm not on anyone's side with this.
Yeah.
But he's literally also just saying that you want the ADCC to pay you 25 times more, all right, than what they paid you to fight someone who beat me twice, and you don't even bring in nearly half the amount of viewers that I bring in. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, there's just not. Bottom line is there's not that much money in jiu-jitsu, and that's it.
But the thing is, there's so much more than what there was 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Yeah, I get it. But just in Galvao's point of view right now.
But he also put up apparently that he's trying to make a $1 million match happen the week after ADCC. But I feel like that's to put a bit of pressure on the ADCC organization to pay the man.
Who?
He's trying to say, not Gordon.
Yeah, no. Gordon, it will be the highest paid guy in jiu-jitsu. Like at least no jiu-jitsu. I don't know about jiu-jitsu. I know nothing about jiu-jitsu, but
I have no idea why more people out there aren't trying to. If I was out there and I had the skill set and I had enough people who knew my name, if I wanted it and I wasn't rubbing shoulders with him, I'd be talking so much shit to get that match with Gordon.
Gordon?
Right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
100%.
What? Like
100%.
Why not?
But see, that's the difference though. Galvao was at a different stage of his career because he's considered one of the GOATs, right?
Yeah.
So if he
100%.
loses against Gordon, this American fucking 25-year-old or however old he is.
But a lot of that is ego.
Yeah, but he has more to lose than Gordon because this is it for him.
But then,
and
I understand.
His whole ATOS brand will take a hit.
But that's just. It can only take a hit for so long though, bro, because the brand will eventually speak for itself if you trust in the brand. If the brand is literally only built on your record as an athlete, then that's a fucking shaky brand, bro. No, because the issue is, man, it's just that's like the warrior life, bro. There's a younger dog that will come along with the new age of learning and whatnot. Yeah. Can you still beat him? He probably could. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, it's like that's just the lay of it. If I have a son, hypothetically, if I had a son tomorrow and he got into jiu-jitsu and whatnot, he's going to be beating on my ass in 15 to 20 years, bro.
But here's the thing, though.
I know they're two different. That's completely different. But, you know.
In people's mind, Galvao may or may not beat Gordon. But after the fight, if he loses, then that's it. People know for a fact. So that's just a risk to him.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a risk, but that's just the hustle of it, bro.
I get it. I totally get it. But this
how strong
pricing
is your
himself
mind?
out is also part of the whole game, though.
How strong is your mind, though? If you're saying that you're the best and you can beat this person and stuff like that, how strong is your mind if you don't do that match?
Does he believe that, though?
He probably doesn't then, because if I firmly believe that, I would have done the match by now.
Fighting
bro.
words, Cav. Fighting words. But yeah, I agree.
If
completely
I
agree
firmly believe that I could beat you and there was money and all this other shit, I would have done the fucking match.
I mean, 100%. Because
it would have shut you up.
Hand on heart, believe you can beat Gordon Ryan, you will be clamoring for a fight.
Because you won't be talking for age. And I'll go down in Brazil as a legend for shutting Gordon Ryan. I don't know, bro. Like
100. I mean, how old is it, Andre?
39, I think. 38, 39.
With the shit he's pumping, he's probably 25. So they're the same age.
Yeah.
So they should just fight,
bro,
right?
no, it's all Acai in Jesus, baby. It's all Acai in Jesus.
Yeah, right? But you know what? Like, I'm not a Andre hater too. He seems like a fucking awesome dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently Gordon's also an awesome dude. Like behind.
Apparently, Gordon's also coming out saying that Andre pays his staff fuck all.
What do you mean?
Like pays his coaches. Fuck
oh really?
All. And apparently, because Gordon's hating on the fact that apparently Josh Hinger hit his fans up to help him get into his unemployment portal.
What? What do you mean?
I'm not laughing at the man potentially being unemployed. I'm just
Josh Hinger.
Yeah.
Come on, Gordon's just talking shit.
Hit his fans up. I don't know whether he's talking shit or not. That's hilarious.
That's all funny. Gordon wants to have cunts like us.
Yeah, bro.
Like it might be real.
Tears, bro. I've got tears, bro.
Yeah.
Gordon put out there that he's like only paying him $1.50.
Wait, so is Hinger still training under ATOS?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. But Keenan used to be in ATOS, and now he has.
Oh, bro, he's gone after Keenan as well.
Yeah, so he's a bit of both, right?
He's
but do they have beef, Andre and Keenan?
Andre and Keenan.
Yeah.
No, they've got no beef. No. Gordon's gone after Keenan as well.
I know they hate each other.
Colin Keenan, like he's commenting on Keenan's weight and stuff like that.
Oh,
because
really?
Keenan's looking a bit porky.
Yeah.
He's putting shit up.
That's fucking hilarious.
I don't know. I think he's bored right now.
Who, Gordon?
Yeah.
Puerto Rico though.
Bro, he even put up. I don't understand. It's all a little shifty sometimes to me. But even when he said, "Look, I'll fight you for $1 million and it can all go to a Brazilian hospital as charity," and Andre was like, "Nah."
I mean, I don't know about all that shit, but that's probably not gonna happen. He probably just saying that because he knows it's not.
I feel like the only way they're gonna match up is ADCC. And if they don't, it's because there's no way Gordon's not rocking up to fight. Out of everything you can say and think about him, there's no way Gordon is not rocking up to have a match with Andre. So it's realistically, it's all on Andre.
So Andre just won the super fight, right, in ADCC. Yeah. So how does that work? So Gordon just won the absolute, right?
Yeah. So what Gordon's sort of trying to fight with the ADCC is Gordon wants to compete in his weight division and then
the super fight.
But they're like, if you get injured, that's the end of the super fight, which is a high chance.
100%.
So I mean, just doing the camp itself is dangerous.
Yeah.
So
but that
if they sign the thing, they're a guaranteed matchup at ADCC.
The super fight, you mean, right?
The super fight, yeah.
So,
but Gordon's saying that he can finish his division and then go in and finish Andre.
That's legendary shit, though. If
yeah,
he can do that.
It is legendary shit. Imagine if he subbed Andre.
It's not out of the question.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
But that's why it's going to be interesting about what sort of jiu-jitsu would be displayed in that match.
Right. So the super fight it's just an entirely different pay grade. Like all that shit's a different negotiation, right? It's nothing to do with the age.
I think it's only now that it's a negotiation. I don't think it was ever negotiable before.
Right.
Yeah,
only now.
Yeah, just athletes are starting to try to negotiate that.
So the highest chance of them actually fighting is that ADCC super fight then?
I feel so, yeah.
I mean,
unless we got some sheik who comes out of nowhere, he's like, you know what? Can you boys just shut up? Here's the money. Fucking go.
Yeah.
But I doubt it.
I wouldn't mind seeing Gordon not compete in his weight class and fight just a super fight.
Yeah, I'd like to see who else might get up there if Gordon's not in that division.
And then that'll set up a big fight as well. Whoever wins that weight class. You know what I mean?
Oh,
if
yeah,
Gordon
for
doesn't
sure.
compete and someone else gets the gold, and that'll just be another fucking fight that can make
So
money
what's
off.
interesting though, right? But where you start getting interesting shit is, say if they're both in, the person who wins that is in the prime of his career. Yeah. So they're both in the prime of their career, but they can't match up after that potentially because
who Gordon and the winner.
Because for 2 years, because that might ruin the super fight event, right?
Right.
Maybe because the thing is, what happens if they can then spend 2 years building that super fight?
Or they don't even have to fight under ADCC. They can just go into like fight.
But that's
to
what
win.
I'm meaning. But that'll change. It'll change if you're, because now they're starting to talk about pay-per-view buys and stuff like that with ADCC, right? So, which I think is the only
can't
other.
Even get me to pay for the UFC, option. Bro.
Yeah, but it's the next way to go, bro.
Yeah.
So now they're just starting to talk about the pay-per-views that they bring in, right? That's never been a thing.
Right, yeah, that's
so
never been a thing.
So now it's all, I feel like with that money and everything, it's not going to be a huge chunk, but there's different things that are going to come into play now. Yeah. So I think you're going to be seeing a few more negotiations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about people are only tuning in to pay this money to watch me. So this is a competition and a tournament, but people are paying to see me. So my worth is just kind of, technically it's gone up.
That's interesting. That is right. That's got to be.
But then the other argument is, this is ADCC. You signed to compete, or like you wanted to compete here. You knew what this was. And then the other argument to that side is the game's changing, baby.
Yeah. So I have a question. So Gordon is not paid to compete in ADCC, right?
No.
He just wins
He's
whatever that prize pool is.
Yeah. He wasn't paid shot money because it's a tournament.
So you'll only get paid for the super fight, yes or no? Or you don't even get money for that?
No, you get money for winning the medal. Oh, you get money for winning the medal.
The super fight?
You get money for the super fight. I think it's 40 grand or 25 grand for the super fight, something like that.
I remember seeing the payout for like first, second, third. It's nothing, bro.
Yeah, no, it's nothing. Yeah. But I think it's
super
more,
fight. You do?
I think it's more. It's on par or more than an Olympic gold medal.
Do you get paid for an Olympic gold medal?
Yeah, you get. You get like your country gives you like, but a lot of countries you get fuck all for it, bro.
Yeah, you get fuck all for it. I don't think.
But it's not about that, Rav.
It's not about that, but you need that. That
no, I think what is the first place? What a first place on the podium at ADCC gets? What, like it was either 10 or 30 grand, or am I
not
thinking
30
maybe
grand,
the Olympic medal does get more?
Not. I think it's 5 digits max.
Yeah.
10 grand max for first. I'm pretty sure it's not that, because I've checked.
Realistically, it's the accolade that's going to get you the money, not the money upon the
that's exactly
upon the accolade.
That's exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see if like Gordon gets so big, it'll be like, why the fuck? I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I find it interesting to see how he talks on social media. I don't know. I wonder if he sort of talks like that. I mean, how he does it in real life.
You talking about Gordon?
Yeah.
And fuck. I mean, you know me. I'm not a fan of how he acts on social media.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah,
man. So I think I don't know what's gonna happen with that Gordon and Andre fight. I think Andre's sort of pricing himself out of it a bit. Like, why does he want such a big sum of money for it?
He doesn't even believe in his heart that he can get paid $1 million.
Yeah, but like, why?
I know. Yeah, so I think that was like a bad move on his part.
Ego's got to be so. I mean, ego is rife on all parties here, but the ego has to be so fragile there.
I mean, no matter what you believe, that post and that interview, that's just probably not the way to go.
Then
That
again,
hurts your brand. That hurts your brand more than
what?
More than
what hurts your brand?
like posting that asking for $1 million, because people know that no one's paying you.
I agree, but the thing is, it's silly as well because the person that people are more so fucking with right now is Gordon. So anything he says and does is going to be used against you.
Yeah.
So you post that and Gordon flips it and makes it even worse than what it seems, and now you've got even more people hating on you.
See, that's the thing. Maybe as a 39-year-old, you're not that in tune with what the world, like how the world works.
And he's
You know what I
Brazilian,
mean?
bro. It's different over there. I think they got a bit more. They got a bit more pride with some things, and I think as well, there's a lot more pressure from their people.
Yeah.
So
See, that's the thing too. He's pretty much fighting for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. You know how this whole American Jiu Jitsu versus Brazilian Jiu Jitsu thing is happening?
Yeah, that's what he's done.
That's probably in the
that's
back
what
of
he's
his mind
done in
too.
his head though, and that's what his people have his culture
Brazil,
have
yeah,
done as well.
yeah.
Is they've been super against his pushback. But I think initially because they sort of must have felt like America's trying to take this thing from us, and they're not. They're just saying they started as a meme. And now our generation, our culture is fucking just running with it. Like,
I don't know how I feel about that whole American Jiu Jitsu versus Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
I think it's hilarious. Bro. I personally think it's hilarious because the world's changing, the game's changing, and people when enough money came. I said this when I first got into jiu-jitsu. When enough money started coming to the game, it was going to start changing.
Yeah.
Now there's enough money starting to come in, and it's starting to change.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Is you're going to have more subcultures in it now. You're going to have more riffs on some things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the game's going to change. There's more money coming in, more
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah. I don't
As
know.
you- and as
So
UFC
are you a
fighters
fan
get
of this whole American Jiu Jitsu shit?
Yeah.
So wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So what do you mean you're a fan?
I'm a fan of the kerfuff, the
whole
issues
kerfuffle?
that is created, bro. I think it's
But
fucking
it's a
hilarious.
non-issue in my opinion. So
Yeah,
sh-
that's the thing because I don't care. Like I don't because I don't care.
Got you.
But look, it's emotion. One, I don't care,
Uh-huh.
and that's feeding to me finding hilarious how
Yeah.
people are getting and people can turn around and go, yeah, but it's their life's work, and I'm like, no, the title of it is their life's work. Like you're saying, the title of that is their life's work is the movement and the time they put on the mat. That's not changing.
Yeah.
That's not changing.
I honestly think it should be called Jiu-Jitsu.
But now we
Not
can look
Brazilian
at it. But
or
now we
American.
can look at it from a different standpoint. Now look at it. Say jiu-jitsu keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right?
Uh-huh.
And now we're saying we've got American jiu-jitsu, we've got Brazilian jiu-jitsu, we've got I don't care. We've got American jiu-jitsu.
That's not a battery though. And up.
No. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping.
You have no video though.
Yeah. We got no video.
You got no video. It's paused.
All right, pause it.
Yeah, pause it.
You might
And
wanna-
we're back. We had some technical difficulties, and now we're back.
As I was saying, what I'm saying, the thing with AJJ and the BJJ side of things, bro,
Yeah.
is that when you start looking in the future of things and the
Mhm.
way how fickle the market with shit is, right?
Yeah.
Just people.
Yeah.
Then are you going to start promoting when someone's on the screen and they're competing, right? Is he going to say from BJJ and old mate's going to say from AJJ, right?
Yeah, I don't like that though.
So so what I'm saying is, and then it gets to the point where it's like, if you're going to take your kid to a school, you're going to take him to an AJJ school or a BJJ, because in the game right now, the AJJ, American Jiu Jitsu schools are on top, but it's all the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
But people aren't going to be aware of that. In time, people might not be aware of that, bro. Right now, I kind of like it.
No, you know what I don't like? Fucking Americans making it seem like they own everything.
Yeah, but at this point, I think I'm not sure if it's coming from that angle. I think it's coming from that they threw something out there a long time ago. Lovato Jr. threw it out there a long time ago.
Right.
And so did from Scrap Pack.
But isn't Lovato against the whole American Jiu-Jitsu thing? Isn't he? I don't
No,
know.
I'm pretty
be
sure
honest.
he's for it.
Oh,
bro.
really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's 100% for it.
I don't know. For me, it's either called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or just Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah,
In my
I
opinion.
feel you.
You know what I mean?
I think what's happening is so many people reacted to it and they got so many eyes on it that they're
Yeah.
just running with it, bro. How could you not at that point?
And it's a talking point too. Like,
yeah, like if I said,
we're talking about
if I was somebody in the game and I suddenly said, yeah, Australian Jiu-Jitsu, what?
Exactly.
And then
In
all
the
of a
ne-
sudden, the next day my phone's blowing up, bro. I'm going to be like, AJJ it is, bro. Yeah, Australian Jiu-Jitsu.
That
it
is true.
bro,
That
you
is
know?
true. That is true. But nah,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I
Look
mean,
at
just
you,
call
you
Jiu-Jitsu. Well, you got to call it American Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah, you're too conservative, right? it's the game's changed.
Typical American
what I mean,
stealing people's shit and making
someone
it their
was
own.
going to do it, bro. People now, Australians are already copying and making the jokes about, like I just did, Australian Jiu Jitsu.
Right. But that's a joke, though.
So was there. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So was there.
Yeah.
Like,
That is,
most
that
of it
was
is
a joke
just
too.
people bit so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard and got so many eyes on it like that. That is now they're doing full on documentary interviews through Flow for it, bro.
I saw that
like,
shit.
well, but I mean,
Speaking
Flow
of Flow,
have to take anything they can right now and make a story from it because our community is so
but
small.
I don't know. I don't agree with some of the stuff they do though.
Nah,
Especially being in like Gordon's.
Yeah.
They're the biggest Gordon Dick riders ever.
That's Gordon's production company.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
Gordon's production company.
ADCC too though. But I guess that's just how
I
the world
found it
works.
really stiff. Did you see the video where they got Gordon to sign the
Exactly.
I found that really stiff.
Yeah, it's Gordon's YouTube page, bro. Pretty much. Flow grappling is Gordon's YouTube page.
Yeah, man. So I don't know.
But to be fair, that's just how sports in general works. It's like if you're LeBron James, you'll have all the media on you. If you're Michael Jordan, you'll have the whole.
Because you
media
get to
on
the point where you're bigger than the game you're in,
Yeah.
right? So like they're like, it's like you got so many eyes on you that now obviously Gordon's nowhere near LeBron, but for our sport, it's a comparative. It's a comparative
and it's such a new
thing.
sport where it'll be even more magnified than
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like in the next generation, or like when our time's said and done, you're probably going to be looking at like teams and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyway, we're getting into other shit.
No,
but,
that's okay.
So Gordon he calls the shots, you know what I mean? But it's funny because it's like they've just got like a child calling all these.
Exactly. You know? It's like the WHO in China, bro. We've gone full circle. One's just a puppet. Flow grappling's just a puppet for Gordon, bro. He's pulling the strings.
Flow are on the money with some shit, and then they're just fucking not.
No. They make pretty cool shit too. They make pretty cool shit. I'm just talking shit. But it's just
they just have such a monopoly, and the other side of it is there's really not. They have to take anything they can to make it a headline and then run with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think they tried stirring that Craig Jones and Josh Hinger issue for a while.
But it's just dangerous when like Gordon has all the power. Even with the Andre thing, Gordon has Flow grappling and ADCC like behind him. And Andre has no one.
Yeah,
So
but
that in itself makes Andre like.
Yeah, but who's being the difficult one though?
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. Andre's being the difficult one.
You're right. Andre is being the difficult one.
You know? Yeah.
Oh man, I'd love to see that matchup though. But no time limit.
Do you know what, bro? I don't actually give a fuck for it.
Oh really? For the match?
Nah.
What would you rather see?
Hey?
What would you rather see? What other super fight would you rather see? I'd like to see Craig Jones go against Gordon again, but that's not happening.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I'd watch that over. I'd have to watch the Galvao and Gordon because it's, Galvao and Gordon has been talked up for so long, but I don't actually care about that one anymore.
Oh, really?
In my opinion, no, because in my opinion, there's too much shit that's happened. Galvao's pricing himself out of it. Unless they get an ADCC, it ain't going to happen.
You would want to see it before Andre
and
gets too old, though.
The thing is, bro, what kind of jiu-jitsu are we going to see from Galvao? Isn't going to do jiu-jitsu.
You're gonna he's gonna stall and shit, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in this super fight. He's gonna try and blitz him like he tried to blitz and I mean, let's face it. You look at Felipe's face, not even a third of the way through that match, he didn't want to be there.
What rule set is the super fight? The ADCC rule set?
Yeah.
There's no way it's gonna be something else? Like a no time limit or 30-minute match?
I don't know if there's any other way that Gordon will be able to get Andre there.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like ADCC will force them to compete because
respect to Matthias or however you pronounce his name for taking that 30-minute Gordon match though.
Matthias,
yeah.
Yeah. Denise,
yeah.
Denise,
yeah.
Yeah, but it's like
I think that's the purest form of jiu-jitsu. 30 minutes.
You know what's interesting? Everything Gordon says about people and how they're passing and how they're doing things is true.
Yeah, I mean,
when you watch them do it, compared to the new way of looking and thinking about things, it's just like you are using so much energy.
Yeah.
Like Matthias was trying to go around the outside the entire time.
Yeah. Did you watch that breakdown that Gordon did?
I watched
Flow grappling.
some of it. Yeah.
Shitting on Flow grappling for promoting their shit too, but they do make good shit. But yeah, man, he brings up good points, right?
We're just giving our opinion on
it,
man. Yeah, and Matthias is constantly trying to go around the outside. This is my own thoughts on it now, though, by the way. And it's just like, use 2 or 3 different techniques, and it's like, that's not enough, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he doesn't have any more. I'm just saying the things that Gordon is saying about athletes and what they're doing in jiu-jitsu is kind of true, man.
Yeah. I mean, bro, he's got Danaher behind him.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is true. And I sent you that video of when Tex got downed by one of the Tackett brothers.
Yeah.
And I said to you, this is what I'm talking about when Gordon says, when people are talking about jiu-jitsu competitors who aren't athletes, they're actually fucking lazy.
Yeah.
And he got done like that. Like, you saw, it was like one of the most lazy movements you could do on the pro stage, and he got taken down for it. And it's like, fucking, there you go, man.
Yeah, I mean, but the sport's just going to keep improving, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like you watch the NBA in the 1980s, they're like,
but I think
guys will get shit on.
they're so heavily influenced on the fan base that, to the point where it influences the matches, and what happens in the sports. You know what I mean? Which is always, there's so much money in sports and entertainment.
So this is the thing: we need guys like Gordon, but we need other guys to step up too.
Yeah, but the thing is, we need people to fuck with other guys stepping up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but who's really stepping up? Like, who's really creating a brand for themselves in jiu-jitsu?
Well, I really like what Wagner Hocha, and like, I like the way Craig Jones promotes himself. I think the way he does it is really smart.
Yeah, but that's it. Who? Craig Jones?
Wagner Hocha.
Okay, DDS. Craig Jones. Nobody else.
Other people are trying, but they're not getting the exposure.
Who's trying though?
Hey, there's heaps of people out in jiu-jitsu. Like Ethan Krenelstein is trying his own brand out. There's guys. I mean, I guess he's DDS. Are you putting him on the same banner?
Yeah. And he's just by association to DDS. That's why people know his name.
Hey.
People know his name.
The Tackett brothers are trying to like promote themselves. Like, everyone's trying to do it in their own way, but these guys have got so many eyes on them now, and a bit of a monopoly on the high end of like pro jiu-jitsu. Yeah,
I mean, they're the top of the game, so you can't really blame them either.
No, you know. So I mean, like Mason Fowler. Like, put it this way, Mason Fowler beat Craig, right?
You the guy that liked our post on Instagram?
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, shout out Mason Fowler, liked our post on Instagram. Oi, give us a share, and I might wear one of your shirts to a Craig Jones seminar. Oi, no. So he beat him, right? However, he did it in his way, but he beat him. Yeah. Right. You didn't hear anything about that. Like, all you heard from that was like, oh, he was stalling Craig out. Like, they have such a
that was me
power. Yeah, but me. I said the same thing. But they have such a power and air right now that we're not even like Mason Fowler. Maybe isn't in those areas as Craig. He's not going to be as good as him. Yeah. So like he found his. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like
I mean, whatever. That's just how sports work sometimes.
I think you just probably got to talk enough shit.
And you got to back it up too, then, like the way you fight, and it's everything.
But it's also the way you hold yourself if you lose as well.
Yeah, it's everything. It's everything.
It's everything. Yeah, it's talking enough shit, and it's getting enough people to go, hey, you know what, mate? I think he's got a point. I want to see that. Yeah. And then once you got enough people doing that, it's like, all right, we got to see now.
Yeah, but it's just hard in BJJ, man. Like who's on a tear like Gordon is?
No one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No one.
Man.
But every dog has his day, bro.
Yeah, and but he's so young still, too.
Yeah. That's what's exciting about when he does get done.
Yes.
Because you know what it's helping? The person that comes along and does it one day, Gordon's going to have such an air of invincibility about him that their brand upon that is going to go through the roof.
Yeah.
Like a more exposure than what probably Craig did in his first year after he did well
100%.
in the ADCC, because 100%. Craig was out of the country 35 times for seminars that year. Yeah. More.
It's like someone who beat GSP in his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah. And you know what? I feel like it's probably going to be someone we don't even really know that well.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be star overnight.
And he's just out there now. He's just training right now.
He's just grinding, yeah. He's not making no podcast.
He's not making everything he does is just dedicated to Southern Gordon.
Yeah.
He'll be out there.
Oh, man, it'll be interesting. How old is he? 25? Yeah. 24? 25?
25, yeah.
Yeah, man.
But, yeah, he's that... The sports that he came in when the sport was at an awkward phase where it was between people trying to be professional and people not being professional. And you see a lot of those guys who get on the pro stage, they don't look very professional in my opinion, bro. And they don't move very professionally. Yeah. And so I don't think they're doing all the things to be classified as a professional. Yeah. But jiu-jitsu is allowing them to be classified as a pro because that's just where the sport's at. Yeah. But it's changing, bro. It's slowly changing. It's slowly changing to the point where it's like, you got to be the top.
Yeah,
if you want to do something, it's slowly changing where you got to be the top 5-10%.
Yeah.
And people don't want to hear that. They don't want to fuck with
Yeah.
that. But it's like, it's true.
But they're just raising the bar of like the level of jiu-jitsu right
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
you're going to start factoring in genetics to it and like mindsets. And if there's enough money in it and people are coming away from other things to earn money in jiu-jitsu, that guy's trying to put food on his plate through jiu-jitsu. You're rocking up, chilling 3 times a week. I think he's going to get you.
now. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyways, we've gone on for quite some time.
We have waffled.
Yeah.
This last part here, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, apparently Pog or Pog, P-O-G, means cool now.
Like PogChamp?
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's internet slang, bro.
Pog.
Yeah, Pog.
Apparently
With
means,
Pepper
what-
the Frog, right?
what does it mean?
I have no idea.
Pepper the Frog? You mean Pepper the Pig?
No, not Peppa Pig, bro. You don't know Pepper the Frog? Oh my god. Okay, I'll show you. It's an internet thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's an internet
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
How you doing, fellow kids?
My teeth nearly fell out, bro. Fuck.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, all right. Fuck. Let's sign off this thing, man.
nice talking to you, Kev.
Yeah, bro,
They'll
nice
actually probably
talking
have
to
a
you.
special on the UFC, on UFC 258, our picks or some shit.
The point is, just stay tuned because there's going to be content. And yeah, 2018, get it. Bro, I thought that was
I
2020.
can't walk on water. If I run, I think I'll slip up. Always falling down, I hit a bump.
Thanks for listening to the second episode of Rolling with Rav and Cav.
If anyone thought that I swore too much on that first episode, did any of you hear this, cat?
I didn't even
swearing
swear that
like,
much.
Bro, you were swearing like a sailor, man. We just went through the editing. That's crazy.
There
Wait.
was a section in which I swore every other sentence. But other than that, it was pretty standard.
Anyways, wait, everyone like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching the video through or listening through, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, people.
Oh.